then we gonna be kings, and we're gonna be kings of the earth, of the whole world, and we're gonna live in different planets. All right, and we're gonna have as much women as we want, and they're all gonna be virgins. All right. This is the truth that's been hidden from us. This Bible speaks about all those things that have been hidden. Right? So that says here, and he will destroy. There's the Father. He's destroying the lies that is portrayed on this world. And he will destroy in this mountain, in this government, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. The Lord is going to destroy by the Lord sending the prophets back, because we are the prophet, we show the four corners of the earth prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. You're going to see us all over the world preaching. Alright? It's not just when my brother was supposed to come here. So we prophesy the downfall, and it says we shall destroy in this mountain, this government, the covering cast. The covering cast is like, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Just like, you know, a woman, when you're marrying her, she has like a veil.
Yes, she got a veil, yeah.
That represents the nationality.
Like
when you pull it back, then you know who it was what.
Yeah.
I'm peeling back who you are, because you're calling yourself Calvary. That's what the white man put on you. But you do not know anything besides that. Besides that, you are the children of Israel from the tribe of Benjamin. That's the tribe of nationality. All right, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Babylon. This is from Babylon to Timbuktu. This was when it was in the west coast of Africa. Because we made Africa great. After we fled into the west coast of Africa, we made it a big empire. While we made Africa, the west, a big, beautiful empire, the so-called Africans, the real Africans, the Hamites, they are having plates in their mouth, jumping with a stick, right? And killing, hunting in the bushes. While we are civilized people. We created everything. Right? Before the white man was in Europe, we was in Europe. It was called the Dark Ages. And the white man enslaved us here in Europe and brought us to America. The first slave ships came not from Africa, they came from Europe. Okay? It was called, that's why you see Santa Claus was swapped the people.
I know about slavery.
Okay?
Because Cape Verde Islands, there lived people before there, and they came and they say there were nobody there, and they brought slaves.
Because what happened?
Cape Verde Island was one of the first slave post trade in the world.
Right, because when we was in Jerusalem, and the Romans destroyed Jerusalem, some of us fled into Europe. That's why we have here like King James, we rule England, we rule here, Germany, Spain, we rule the whole world, the whole of Europe actually. Okay, it was called the Dark Ages. Okay, so it says this from Babylon to Timbuktu, and this is by Dr. Rudolph R. Windsor. It says, my motive is written to give the true history, of the Afro-Americans, which have been excluded from some textbooks by Dr. Windsor. Okay, he's going to tell you the true history. Now this, Dr. Rudolph Windsor, he went into the Bible, so he's an archaeologist. Okay? Right, just like you know, we study, understand? Yeah. So he went to the prophecy, and he looked up this prophecy, he looked up this prophecy, and this prophecy. He also even put a scripture here himself. Okay? And he was looking for this, and then it finally came to pass, and it says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman army under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. So what happened in the year 17 AD, after they killed Christ, after the death of Christ, because what happened is that when Christ was on the scene, when Christ came, who crucified him? Was the Romans, white people was the Romans. Because Jerusalem was besieged by the Romans, like you would have right now, like you would have Negroes, then you would have like the white police walking around with military and tanks, right? It would be besieged, right? So it says here, in the year 65 BC, the Roman army, before Christ, the Roman army under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In the year 17, they captured Jerusalem, they had Israel in slavery. In the year 1780, after they crucified Christ, the white people, General Pompey and his son tried to put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. So basically, the so-called white man said, you know something, fuck it, let's just kill all the Jews. Yeah. Alright? And that's why we end up playing to West Coast. This here. General Pompey and his son tried to put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governor of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the rest of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The what? The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Alright? The slave market were full, which means full, what is full?
vol, helemaal vol. Het was los.
When you take a glass, when you take a glass and you put water in
Yeah,
it,
if you water in it, when it cannot pour money more inside,
it
then
starts
it's
to
full.
overflow.
Yeah, it starts to overflow.
That's called, there was no other nation in it. There was no other nation but only Jews in it, which was the biblical Israelite. Check it out now. And he even put a scripture here. Deuteronomy
28, verse 28.
64. The slave market were full.
I know those ships.
The slave market were full of black Jewish slaves. And then the Lord brought us to America and to Cabo Verde, and we had to call our identity, no nationality. So it's Cabo Verde, but that's not who we be. We had a biblical Israel. Alright? We had Judah representing Judah. Young tree that was taken into slave ships. Alright, the 10 tribes has already gone to America, which is the Negroes, the Native Americans, the Arawaks, and the Tainos. Right, we was already gone into America, but that's another story, okay? So basically the 3 tribes, because when Christ was on the scene, only 3 tribes was in Jerusalem. The 10 tribes was already gone when Christ was on the scene. Alright? So it says there, so let's go to the scriptures now, let's go to the Bible, because that's the thing here, that's what we do, our main, that's what we teach here. The Bible is it's accurate in everything it teaches.
But they changed the Bible, son. Changed the Bible. Their Bible.
The new Bibles that they have, like the IAV and so forth, the tamper with, those are new Bible created by the so-called white man. This Bible is written by black men. This Bible, the King James Bible,
Written by black.
and all the
King James.
Yeah, the King James.
He's the king. That's why that's why still people say this is not the King James version.
It was translated by King James, which is a black man who ruled Europe. It was called the Dark Age. King James, we ruled England, we ruled England, and it was called.
But they don't talk about it in the history.
No, they're not. The only thing that teach in school here is how to become a doctor, fireman, or lawyer, police officer. That's what they only, but they don't teach you no history. That's the problem. You know what? Deuteronomy 28 and 68, and it says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships." It says, so basically, when we was in the wilderness for 40 years, right? We was in the wilderness. Remember the children of Israel came out of Egypt, and we was in the wilderness for 40 years.
40 years.
Moses went up to the mount, right?
Ararat.
Not to Mount Ararat, Mount Sinai, right? And yeah, I think it's Mount Sinai one. And Moses, I can get it. And Moses went up to the mountain and he received the law, statutes, he received the commandments, right? And the curses and the blessings that shall befall us. And when we was in the wilderness, when it was the time for we to go to the land of Israel now, to possess the land of Israel, Moses told us, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Right? "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field." So it says, he said, Moses told us, listen, but it shall come to pass that when you go to the land of Israel, if you do not keep the law, statutes, and commandments that are written in this book, that the Lord is going to take you into Egypt again and slave you. Right? And that's what happened to us. So it says here, and then when he continues saying, it says here, he continues saying here, Deuteronomy 28:68, "And the Lord shall bring thee." So basically, let's read from 64. Deuteronomy 28:64 by Dr. Rudolph R. Wilson. It says, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other." So the Lord scattered us from one end of the earth, West Africa, to the other end of the earth, America. Right? "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, among all people." Maybe I just told you that some of them fled into Europe. It was called the Dark Age, and some of us fled over here. That's why King James gets translated the Bible. It says, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy father have known, even wood and stone." And what's them other gods? When you go to Venezuela, they have a big Jesus like this standing, made of wood and stone, made from stone. And the people from Venezuela worship that stone. You understand? There you shall serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy father have known, even wood and stone. You worship white Jesus. You worship Rasaman, Haile Selassie, those are religion. You're not supposed to be into those things. Even Haile Selassie tried to say he's one of us, that he's a conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. You understand? But he's not. Okay? He's an Edomite. He's an Elamite. He's not one of our people. Okay? He's fake. Right? He's trying to be us. Right? It says, and when you jump down to 64, it says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships." And he says, "And the Lord will bring you into Egypt again with ships." There was never a slave trade There was never a slave trade between Egypt and Israel because they're stick together. All right. It's talking about America. What's on the dollar bill?
The
pyramid. The pyramid.
The eye, the pyramid, and the ocean eye.
It represents Egypt. The dollar bill. And what's in the and what's the monument? What's the Washington Monument?
Yes, that's the pillar.
The obelisk. The obelisk.
Yeah, the obelisk. Yeah,
that come from Egypt.
Yeah, come from Egypt.
So there, the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again with ships. So now this Egypt, where we went to America, this Egypt that is talking about America. Because now I'm going to explain you here Revelations 11. Listen to it in 11. It says, Revelations 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord crucified. And their dead body, how is their dead body shall lie in the city of that great city? You're just like you walk.
You're walking there. You're walking there.
You do not know who you
zombie.
be. You do not know who you are. You call yourself a Cabo-Verdean. That's not who you be. You're a Benjamin. You're Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Simeon. Okay, you're an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. The father's name is Yahweh. The one you call Jesus Christ that lied on the cross is Yahweh Shai. And they're black men with big afro and big woolly hair that was crucified. Alright? And there's not a cracker. Not them devils. Them piece of shit. Them low life. Caveman. Alright? It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of that great city, which is America, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. America, it is spiritually called because they adopted the pyramid, everything they do is based on Egypt.
Yeah.
You understand? Everything. And it says, which is also called Sodom and Egypt. What is Sodom to you?
I know Sodom and Gomorrah.
Okay, Sodom and Gomorrah, what happened to it?
It was burned by...
Why?
Because too much filth, too much...
No, why was the reason it was burned? What is Sodom? What is the meaning of Sodom?
Sodomy.
Okay, and what is sodomy? What is that act? Between which two parties?
Well,
two men.
Yeah.
Between two men.
Yeah.
You understand? And also doing it to your woman. That is sodomy. You're not supposed to do that. All right. So it says America is also called Sodom and Egypt. What did Obama just? What the law just Obama just passed yesterday? Go home, check the news, and you're gonna see that Obama yesterday just gave rights to the whole United States. Now the whole United States. Yes, yesterday they announced it.
Into each other.
Men with men and women with women. The United States just announced it that yesterday that it's okay now. You could be a homosexual, you could get married. There's no problem. And they just had a big festival yesterday. Up to now, they're still celebrating it.
Obama not part of the Illuminati as well.
Obama is a puppet for the United. He's not a puppet.
He's not a president. He's a puppet of the.
And he's not our people. He's a Hamite. He's a African. He's not one of us. All right. It goes by the seed of your fathers. All right. He's a puppet set up by the elites. Okay, deceiving the people. Right. So it says there, which is spiritually called Sodom. Spiritually called because they are being homosexual. They just passed the law that you're allowed not to be homosexual in all states. Right, and up to now they're still celebrating it since yesterday. Probably they're all drunk by now. And Egypt, right? Because what's on the dollar bill, the pyramid and so forth.
The pyramid and the ocean eye.
Right? Where also our Lord was crucified. Why? Because they put up that white image of Jesus Christ. Instead of the real image that he's a black man.
He's a black man.
You understand? But they put him as a cracker, but that's not him. That's Caesar Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome. That Pope Alexander VI of Rome, that's what Christopher Columbus bring to the 10 tribes, to the Dominican Republic, and told us, bow down to this white man, that he's Christ. They said, no, the Lord is a black man, we're not bowing down to him, to your Christianity. And that's why they started killing us. And we was a bigger civilization in Europe. We was more civilized. We was a more greater empire than this. All right, but what the white man did, he destroyed, he buried everything. Okay, the only thing that's left is the pyramids and so forth in Mexico.
Brother, I'm going home.
Check it out.
Talk with my daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to check it out in the internet. All right.
All right. Well, study up, man. Take care of your body, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Look at right down there. Once you know you're Israelite, it's gonna make you free because you know more in the matrix. This is the matrix.
Yeah, it's the matrix. This is the matrix. It's true. Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Right. And breaking bread with Benjamin. You know?